Well, ladies and gentlemen, in this episode, of course, this episode is definitely going to be interesting because we're going to talk about Per Mertesacker. He opens up about why all the Arsenal fans should be Arteta in and trust the process. And more importantly, we're not just going to talk about the trusting the process kind of a thing. We're also going to talk about how Emil Smith-Rowe is pushing for a new boots or a new sponsorship. We're also going to talk about how Martin Odegaard is feeling home. He recently opened up about his love for Emil Smith-Rowe and Bukayo Saka. Lauren has urged Maitland-Niles to just shut up, suck it up, and take whatever role Arteta is providing him. And of course, we're going to talk about the referee for the North London Derby. And of course, as you can see, Dominic Calvert-Lewin is definitely going to be spoken about in this episode as well. And we are going to react to the FIFA 22 ratings of the defenders that are resurrecting Arsenal's career or Arsenal's numbers in keeping those clean sheets this season. So we're going to talk about number one is Per Mertesacker. Mertesacker says we are in a big transition still. To have sustainable success, there has to be some trust. I am all for trusting people. I perceive Mikel to be the right person. So right now it's pretty much clear. Per Mertesacker believes in the process and he wants you to believe in the process as well. Moving on. Okay, so Per Mertesacker is also an Arteta sexual apparently. Well, according to David Ornstein, he says that in certain games and training sessions this season, Emil Smith-Rowe played in blacked out boots, predominantly being driven by commercial factors after his contract with sportswear manufacturers Nike came to an end in July. In the absence of an agreement to renew that deal, Smith-Rowe entered a 6-month window where he is not permitted to use boots from another brand but can entertain rival interest. Smith-Rowe is thought to have prioritized comfort over aesthetics. Adidas, Puma, and Under Armour are expected to vie with Nike once Smith-Rowe emerges from the matching rights window in early January. Nike has the chance to match any offers in the hope of persuading him to extend. Apparently, that is news, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I'm all about covering news, so yeah, that's anything that stretches my video is always welcome. Moving on, so let's talk about Martin Odegaard. So Martin Odegaard has opened up about how he feels at Arsenal and the project that he's a part of at the moment. So, of course, he says, while talking about him and Smith-Rowe, the connection between him and Smith-Rowe, he says, I think we already have a good connection on the pitch. As you said, there are a lot of talented young players. We have Emil, Bukayo, and also a lot of other young players. We are getting along really well on and off the pitch. Because everyone is young, with time it will get better and better, and hopefully we will get to know each other more and understand where each player wants the ball. I feel that will improve, but I already feel that we have a great connection. Hopefully it will just get better and better. He says, I feel good here and at home, and I am really excited to be part of this club and part of the project. Excited by the future. I believe in this team. Even though we lost some games in the beginning, I had the same faith and belief. We are a young team, but we showed character against Burnley. It is not easy to play this kind of game. I think we did really well. It was not beautiful, but a crucial game and important to get the win. 100% Martin. I mean that is some real crucial words explained there. Well, Arsenal legend Lauren has urged Ainsley Maitland-Niles to accept whatever role is handed to him by Mikel Arteta. Well, of course, you've seen Mikel Arteta using Maitland-Niles for a start. As we saw in one of the games, we saw him start against Norwich, and of course he got some crucial minutes in replacing Thomas Partey in that midfield against Burnley as well. Of course, he came on, and you always expect and you always get burst of energy when he comes on the field, and that's what you want. So what did Lawrence say? He actually spoke to tribalfootball.com on behalf of Bonus Finder. He says, I think we have to see Maitland-Niles every single day because a lot of noise about him comes from outside of the club. But what is important is that he needs to take his chance. Whether he plays right back, left back, midfield, or wherever the manager asks him to play, he has to give his best, and once he does that, Arteta will award him in the season. As a young player, it's important to get plenty of game time. Otherwise, it's difficult to realize your potential, and Maitland-Niles is a very good player. I've said before he's a good going forward, but he must improve defensively, and in order to do that, he has to play week in and week out. He has to be intelligent and accept whatever role the manager gives him, even if he feels uncomfortable. He has to do his best because he has quality and he can be in that Arsenal 11. Well, of course, Lauren with his word of advice, expert advice, I would say, because, of course, well, legends don't want to hurt you with their opinions, but would want you to get better and better. Moving on, Ekrem Konur confirms that Alex Lacazette is on the transfer list of many teams. Atletico Madrid, Sevilla, Juventus and some teams from France plan to hold talks for Lacazette in January. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, Alex Lacazette is on the radar for a lot of clubs. But let's talk about the referee that is appointed for the North London derby next weekend. It's Craig Pawson. If you remember him, if you don't remember him, well, last season Arsenal played Wolves and I think we lost that game. If you remember David Luiz's red card for an unbelievable red card, Bernd Leno red card. Well, of course, you must remember that game. Yes, he was the referee, so it was a comical appointment, and it was not. Well, that was not Arsenal's day, was it? It wasn't. So last time when Nuno and Arsenal met, well, he was a referee, so wasn't a good day. But okay, let's move on with that. So AFC Wimbledon boss Mark Robinson has opened up about Arteta. He says that if he's open to it, I'd love to have a chat with him after and get his thoughts on the game. They've got quality throughout their squad. They're all top quality players. They're never going to be a weak Arsenal side, no matter what side they put out. But of course, that's the beauty of Arsenal, isn't it? But moving on, so Adam Rayvoge has opened up about Noah Lang. Another Arsenal link from Belgium, Noah Lang. He's actually come up with these stats, of course. Here's what he tweeted out. So he says, I never know how seriously to take links, but here is Club Brugge's Noah Lang, 22 years of age. He's a great finisher, 16 goals last year and 3 in 8 so far in this season. Volume dribbler and carrier, and we saw against Paris Saint-Germain, 4 out of 6 dribbles, 4 carries into the box, 7 assists last year, 4 this year. High energy presser. If you can see Noah Lang last season, which is yellow in the stats, and the other color blue is actually this season already. So 2200 minutes played last season, 663 this season already. If you can see this season, he's improved upon the dribbles per 90. Goals per 90 is reduced because of course the amount of minutes that he's played is very low comparatively. Successful dribble percentages not that high compared to last season. Dispossessed higher. Bad control per 90 higher. Yes. Ground duels one not that good. Assists per 90 is really good. Key passes per 90 less than last season, but pass success rate and pass accuracy in the opposing half is actually good. So if you can see some of the defensive numbers that he actually adds up, which he added up last season, is actually reduced. But apart from that, so let's see how things will turn out. Moving on, so Arsenal fans have actually put up a transfer wish for Edu after spotting the issue. While Arsenal fans think that they need a new striker on loan at least in January, who is both strong and good in the air if they want to do well this season. Arsenal fans know Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang would have just 1 year left in his contract, and more importantly, Lacazette and Nketiah are leaving. So who is the new Arsenal striker that they would actually look out at the moment? So on Reddit, some fans have become concerned by Arsenal's lack of aerial threat, and they would want someone who is good physically, who has some good physicality as well. So here are certain comments that we can actually take a look at. So one of the Arsenal fans really suggested that let's bring in Erling Haaland. Well, apparently there's nothing wrong in bringing Erling Haaland, but you know what's the reason why it cannot happen. One of them said Haaland, another one said the real answer is En-Nesyri from Sevilla. Tall and strong, could also be available for a reasonable price. Ishak isn't strong in the air and has a 75 million release clause. He's not a January signing. Patrick Schick maybe. Another one said Schick has been very good in the bully. If he continues like this, he might be worth a shout, to be honest. Another one says Ivan Toney. Another one says Giroud for some weird reason. Another one said, I guess Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Another one said Dominic Calvert-Lewin. I personally like Calvert-Lewin and Calvert-Lewin. So 4 people literally said Calvert-Lewin should be the man that Arsenal should sign. But let's talk about a very circus kind of a news, because according to Will Lancaster, He says Arsenal have slapped a bargain price tag according to Calcio Mercato. So Calcio Mercato says that Arsenal have put up a price tag of 43 million pounds on Bukayo Saka, which is 50 million euros, and because of that all the Juventus have been credited and so is Atletico Madrid. They have an interest in Bukayo Saka. My question is, what? 43 million? I don't know whoever is spreading this. I wish you die. Let me not wish on. No. I just take that back. I wish you really suffer from something really bad and recover and realize how pathetic of a human being you are to just spread this kind of a rumor, man. Why would you even believe that? Or why would you even want us to believe that? Calcio Mercato, you're drunk. Go home. Moving on, so FIFA 22 ratings of Arsenal's 150 million pound signings have been revealed. You won't like it. Ben White 76. Tomiyasu 75, Ramsdale 77, Lokonga 73, Tavares 70. Yep. If you're trying to build, if you're making an Arsenal rebuild, I swear to God, it's going to take lots of efforts. But that is that, ladies and gentlemen. With this, I'd like to end this episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you seek daily Arsenal content, best place to be, consider subscribing. Cheers, lads.